Hello all and welcome to this week's episode of 9 to 5 Nerds with Robert Swathwood, Corey Urkel,
Hello.
our producer Katrina Swathwood,
Hi.
and our guest this week is Anthony Smith.
What's up?
This week's episode will be the season finale of The Walking Dead, season 8.
And premiere of Fear the Walking Dead.
Oh yeah, and we will touch a little bit on the premiere for Fear the Walking Dead, although I think Katrina and I are the only ones that watched it.
Season 4, 3, 2.
Season 4.
Ooh.
Well, both the shows had that like really short first season. I think it was 6 episodes.
Kicking off point.
So we had that. But yeah, this was season 8. This was the all-out war season, which for an all-out war season, there wasn't all that much war.
Yeah, there was a little bit, but not as much as what was anticipated.
Yeah, the second half of the season was definitely fast-paced and head and shoulders above the first season. You know, The Walking Dead does have the reputation of having some pacing issues, and I'd say that the first half of the season did have its ups and downs, but for me, the second half of the season was all up. It was like go, go, go the whole season.
Well, the writers change from episode to episode, right?
Yeah. I mean, but you still have the same showrunner, although there is a new showrunner
There is.
coming up. Scott M. Gimble is now the overseer of all Walking Dead.
Overseer.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And
That's a cool
I can't remember her name, but it is a female showrunner now for The Walking Dead going forward.
I know her face. I don't know her name.
You know her face?
Yeah, she has like snaggletooth.
Aowen.
Yeah, I can't remember what. Her
No,
name is.
I know your face.
Yeah.
That's a Lord of the Rings reference.
You get it.
Got it.
You got that because you're not going to get the rest of this
No.
episode.
Yeah, Corey's sitting out
I
this
know
one.
the characters. Trash people?
No, there
Garbage
are no more
people?
trash people.
They got off,
got
man.
They got thrown in the garbage?
There's one trash person left.
Yeah.
So about that, I have to say something before I forget it. So Negan says something in the last episode that I didn't catch the first time I watched the episode.
Okay.
When he's talking to Simon, he tells him, "Oh, when you killed all those men and those little boys," and he says that it was Simon that killed the men and the children of
In the seaside place.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Well, they
was,
didn't
like,
say anything until right then.
Yeah, that like blew my mind. I was like, "What the fuck? It was Simon!" Like,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
That's his number 2, the guy you like. With the mustache.
With the beard.
Okay, the guy from Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah.
Yeah, Stephen.
Yeah,
Ogg.
he did.
Okay.
Oh, you didn't watch the episode?
He doesn't watch anything.
I haven't watched anything since...
The season premiere.
God,
Oh, you're one of those that
Yeah,
stopped
he's one of
watching because of
those.
Negan.
no, I don't have cable.
Oh, neither do I.
He would still
I
not
don't have
watch
a
it.
computer.
Oh,
He would still not watch it.
that sucks.
I've caught up before.
Yeah, he's caught up. So, I mean, to Corey's credit, when I ask him to do something, after like the 15th time I ask you,
Yeah.
you do it.
One time I had to catch up like a season and a half. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah. Well, that's like we kind of trailed off on Fear the Walking Dead
Because it was not good.
because there was a couple episodes I'm just like, ugh. And then we wanted to watch the premiere, so we tried to catch up, but
And
we
failed.
we failed. So
Miserably.
we skipped till the season finale of last season, and then watched the season premiere of this, and then we're like,
It didn't matter.
Didn't matter. You didn't need to watch anything.
That sucks.
But I want to start at the very beginning. You know what? When we watch a movie, we talk about the trailers before we watch the movie. Did you see the trailer for Hotel Artemis?
Yes.
I think so.
Have you
you
seen the
would
trailer
know.
for Hotel Artemis?
Sounds familiar.
No.
So Hotel Artemis it almost has like a continental feel, like a John Wick continental feel. What it is it's a hospital that looks like, I guess it's in a hotel, but it's a hospital that's run for
Hitmen.
cons,
Yeah.
hitmen, robbers and stuff
Bad
like
dudes.
that. And like it's got Charlie Day in it.
That's cool.
It's got
Jodie Foster.
It's got Jodie Foster's in it. Batista's in it. I'm gonna read it's got a ton of people.
got a ton
and
of
it looks like
people.
Jodie Foster is the head of the hospital. Dave Batista works at the hospital. It looks really entertaining.
Comes out in June.
What does it look like the plot is? So I get the setting.
It looks like one of the guys steals from something he shouldn't have stolen, and he's at the hotel where it's got the continental rules. You can't kill other people. You can't do business here.
Uh-huh.
And it looks like Jeff Goldblum is some big gangster who is coming to get his something that somebody stole.
Okay.
So it looks interesting.
Is this going to be... There are a couple movies, not that I've watched them, but like The Raid or Judge Dredd all take place in like one big apartment building. kind
It
of
looks
feel?
no, because they show like a robbery somewhere else, and then
Okay.
in this they also show him in the city. Sterling K. Brown's in it. That's the guy from Black Panther, right?
Yes, the dad.
Yes.
He was on Brooklyn Nine-Nine for an
Yeah.
episode, which was great.
Oh, that was him, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He was good.
See the SNL skit I showed you?
I don't know. Zachary Quinto's in it.
The guy who likes Shrek? The best
I can't
animated
remember.
movie of all time.
Yes, it was him. Yeah, that is him, I believe. It's got a lot of people in it, and it looks entertaining. Like, I was like, oh, that
What's
kind
her
of
face
looks
from
cool.
Kingsman with the knife feet?
Yeah.
Okay, she played the mummy
Yeah.
in the highly successful film The
That I
Mummy.
never saw because it
Never
looked
seen
terrible.
it.
It did super well, let me just tell you.
Oh yeah,
It really
because it
performed
just
at the
killed that
box
whole
office.
line of movies for a while and just put that on the back burner.
Yeah, that sucks.
Let's revamp it when people forget about that movie.
To be fair, the third one wasn't very good either.
The third one.
Mummy.
It was a complete.
No, it was
It was
not.
super different.
I remember watching like 5 minutes and being like, ooh.
My favorite part about the third Mummy is that's the Scorpion King one,
With the
right?
kid.
No.
No, it's the
No.
Good
one where
one's
the kid's older.
with Jet Li.
The third one's
Is
on
it-
Jet Li?
Jet Li, right?
I'm pretty sure
If I'm
it's
mistaken.
Jet
It's
Li's
like Asian mummies.
Okay,
like
then I never saw that
the,
one.
Asian mummy.
Which one is the second one? Scorpion King?
Like
Second
the
one is
bronze
Scorpion
soldiers, like the clay soldiers.
Yeah.
It's
That's the third
There's
one.
a part where in the Scorpion King one where something falls and Imhotep is like he runs from off screen to the corner of the screen and he looks down. He's like, no.
no, it's when what's the main character stabs the Scorpion King while falling, but he has the scepter of
Okay, yeah.
Amun-Ra, and he stabs him, and then he runs over from out of left frame. No,
It is a terrible scene.
Yeah. The whole, especially the whole like CG rock looked like,
Awful.
especially noticeable
Horrendous.
now as being fucking like PS2 graphics.
I
It was-
heard somewhere that he got the highest. He was the highest paid ever first, like actor for his first role. Like he got like $3 or $5 million for his
I
first
assume that
role.
was his first role, right?
Yeah, Scorpion King.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's right. Though I have no problem with him. Like the whole beginning have the extended flashback kind of,
Uh huh.
and I have no problem with him being.
And then
In
the
that.
Scorpion King movie had Randy Couture in it.
Did it?
Yeah.
What?
Who was he in that?
So I remember. What's his name?
I remember Michael Clark Duncan.
Duncan.
Doing that.
I remember the villain, sorta. I remember the girl,
I just remember that Randy Couture was in
and I
it.
remember the
Maybe he was in the second Scorpion
the
King.
jokester little his jokester little sidekick guy who has small
Oh my
roles in a
God.
lot of movies.
What?
There's 4 Scorpion King movies.
I think
Wow.
after the first one,
What
all straight to
happened?
DVD. And I don't think he's in any more than 2
Maybe Randy Couture's in the second one.
because it's a different actor who plays him. In
Oh,
other ones.
really? It
Yeah.
wasn't The Rock again?
No,
Dang.
the straight to DVD.
I
Like
wonder how much money they just threw in the garbage can for that.
they probably made the money back.
You think so?
Well, fuck, if Yul Bull making all those horrible video game movies actually found
Right.
a legit way to make money off of like garbage films, then there's a way. Filming in the right location, getting tax breaks, combined with keeping the cost super low.
Paying nobody since
Yeah.
they need to eat.
You go to New Zealand back in 1997, you make a fucking.
Yeah. Sorry, he was in the Scorpion King Rise of a Warrior.
Okay.
Oh, that was a good one.
That's what I heard. From Dusk Till Dawn, great movie.
Yeah.
It is great.
Second one?
in its own little way. It's
Second
not
one is
like-
terrible, but I heard like the third one was actually not bad.
Which
I
one was the
watched-
third one?
I don't know. I never saw it.
I only watched the first.
I've seen the first one. I've seen the second one. But what's the third one?
I don't know.
That's
I can't
like
remember.
When you say,
Part
oh,
3.
Did you see Jeepers Creepers 3? It's like they made a third one?
Recently, didn't it?
It went straight to DVD.
Yeah. I
Or
remember Dusk Till
Netflix.
Dawn. I liked everything about it except the guy who played Harvey Keitel. The 2 people who played Harvey Keitel's kids. Everything like one is a nobody, he's the Asian actor.
Yeah,
boy.
the other one was.
I remember
Juliette
thinking like they
Lewis.
fucking suck in this movie. Like they can't act the way out of a box. Granted, it's all hokey, campy.
That's Juliette Lewis is every character she's
Right.
ever played.
I don't doubt that. So
I don't think she's acting.
Except in that one where she was, I forget what movie that was, with Giovanni Ribisi. That was actually a good movie.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh.
So, season finale of The Walking Dead. The beginning of the episode had like that really like upbeat. Every once in a while, you get like that Walking Dead has like that positive music. Shut up, Corey. Your smug
It
asshole
was
face.
too happy.
Except for Morgan with his hallucinations and
Yeah,
stuff.
that was dark.
I love Jerry and Ezekiel's relationship.
Yes.
Jerry is like one of my favorite like side characters.
This is what you guys should. And then when they introduced dinosaurs, it was really crazy. Corey, you should have watched.
Well, UFOs come and the aliens finally.
Real quick,
Wait for that.
I have to go back a couple episodes. Best death of the whole series is that savior with the long hair.
Oh my god, that was brutal.
You remember when the kid who... What was the kid he was on a Disney show or whatever? He was on...
Stupid kid.
He was Glenn's sidekick for a little while. He got caught in the revolving doors.
Yeah.
That was like the worst. Like
Everybody hates Chris.
This one was worse.
This one was... I don't think it was worse because that one you saw his face tearing off when he was stuck and he was like looking Glenn in the eyes.
Yeah.
But this one is... They're trying to retreat and this guy is a savior and it's with Morgan and Morgan pulls a one of those like diamond crisscross extending door things. You know, the ones you lock up a storefront with.
Yeah.
Pulls that closed and they're trying... The guy's on the other side of it and he's holding the guy there while the zombies are eating his back.
It freaked me out because he's like, let me go.
He's like, let me go.
And they're just like ripping him up.
Yeah.
Dude.
And he's holding him, and then he finally lets him go, and he just, it was pretty good. That was either last episode or 2 episodes ago, but it was a good
bad death.
Good bad death. Yeah, it was entertaining.
Because everybody wanted that guy to die.
I hated that guy so much.
You're supposed to.
From the very beginning of the episode, just with, you can say what you want about the actors of the show and stuff, but you could tell just by the facial features of Eugene that something was going on with him in this episode. And we'll get to it, Corey, but he had a really, really, really big moment in this episode.
Definitely.
The biggest, one of those moments that those aw shit moments, like that happen in shows every once in a while, where you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Well, we've been talking about this controversy since the series started for the season.
Well, you know where Eugene's at this point, right?
Did he suicide bomb himself?
No, but you know he's with the Saviors.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
And his thing is he's
He's
operating...
doing what he needs to do to survive.
Yes.
And he's
Kinda.
offering to
I
make
don't
bullets because he knows how to make them.
Yeah, I don't take sides with... Well, yeah. I get it.
But, so, the big... So they basically... There's a fake plan and Rick gets leaked information. So they're basically going into this trap. So there's... all the big characters from our Ricks, our Michonnes,
Everybody was on the field.
Yeah, everybody, all the big fighters. There was people that stayed back, but not a lot.
Well, Jesus was there. Maggie was there.
Yeah.
Michonne was there.
Glenn.
So
Abraham.
they're at the bottom of this hill, and Negan's talking over like a loudspeaker, and then you see him like come over the hill like the fucking the Riders of Rohan, like on their horses.
Just a huge line.
Flight of the Valkyries. Is that Flight of the Valkyries?
Yeah. Ride of the Valkyries. I don't know.
Yeah, like that. So they come up over the hill, and you see them all like lined up there, and they have Gabriel with them. So they're all standing there, and they're looking down at the last remaining group of people.
All pissing your pants now.
Yeah, they said that's pretty good.
Is that he said something like
Oh, he said it at one point.
Shouldn't
You know what I was waiting for the
Yeah.
whole season is they said that they were allowed to say fuck.
Yeah,
Once.
I didn't hear any
Twice
fucks. I did not hear any
throughout the
fucks.
that? You heard
season.
one fuck?
I didn't hear any.
You didn't hear no fuck?
No
No,
fucks. No
there was
fucks
no
were
time
given.
for fucks.
I mean, how many fucks per season or per half season we talking?
That would be 2 per full season, so 1 per half season.
Did they use all the fucks in the first half?
They didn't say fuck
They
in the
didn't-
whole
they didn't
season.
say
You sure?
any
Did
fucks.
you not hear what he just said?
Like, I understand.
They said fuck the fucks.
But
and
you could remember that long?
We were
Like,
we were looking for it because
I would have remembered it because I was looking for it.
You were waiting for the fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Where it was
You
placed.
said it on the podcast that they were allowed X amount of fucks, and we were like waiting for it. I've been looking for the fucks too.
I wonder if somebody just put that information out there and it was inaccurate.
That's bullshit.
You
That's
didn't get it
fucked.
from Kirkman, did you?
No. So they're getting ready to fire on him, and he's getting ready to fire at Gabriel's head.
Yeah,
He's going to shoot Gabriel in the back of the head.
execution style.
And they count down. Boom. All the guns backfire. Eugene had set it up. And earlier on, he had given a gun to Negan to test. Gets fired.
We're good.
So all of them backfired. A bunch of people died. A bunch of people's hands were fucking blown off.
Yeah.
Injuries,
including
shrapnel.
Negan's hand, like,
It's all fucked up.
behind his trigger finger was all fucked up. And Negan goes after Eugene, and fucking Gabriel throws a punch. bam, hits him in the
Boom.
face, and I was
Knocks
like,
him
oh
down.
shit.
Dwight
Knocks him
comes
down.
out of nowhere.
Dwight, who's like tied up at this point because they found out he's a traitor.
And it's blind
He-
Gabriel. How did he land that punch not being able to fucking see?
He felt it. He was touching his
Felt
face.
it.
No, but so, yeah, there was like one of those big moments where like setting up, but you don't know what's going to happen, and then boom! Fucking Eugene comes through like a motherfucker.
Gabby called it because they panned over to him like 5 times in the span of like a couple seconds.
You knew something was going to happen, but you didn't know what.
Yeah.
And then she had actually said it right beforehand too. You're like, he did something to the bullets because afterwards there's that part with Gabriel where the
Gabriel was
bullets
trying to
weren't
make
flush.
bad bullets. He was trying to sabotage the bullets that he was making.
Yeah.
So then after that, a bunch of the saviors surrender, and then the Negan tries to get away, and then there's the Rick and Negan showdown, which was pretty good.
It was good.
It was short.
I didn't like what Rick did at the end. I thought it was like when he cuts his throat, I was like, I didn't like that Rick has his word, you know what I mean? Like, that's all he's got is his word, you know? And lately, I feel like he's been going against his word. And I get it, it's Negan, like, you want to kill him and everything, but I didn't like that I felt like Negan was he was starting to cry a little bit. I thought maybe they were gonna, I don't know, make up or have some sort of conversation, and then Rick just goes in.
He wanted
That's his
Negan to
throat.
think he was going to die.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
it is directly straight page for page from the comic.
Yeah.
Like but in the comic there was no. I thought that. What's going on?
It's fine.
Okay, I thought in the comic it was Rick giving a speech, and you saw that look on Negan's face, like, oh shit, there's another way to do things. There's another way we can handle things, and that's when Rick fucking takes a shot at him, and he still survives.
Yeah.
In this, the turn was Carl. They actually both cared about Carl.
Yeah.
And he's saying this is what Carl wanted. You can see it on Negan's face that he's starting to realize, just like you said, he's starting to realize there is another way. There is another way. We can, and then he gets his fucking throat slit. And immediately when he got his throat slit, I was like, oh, Sadiq's right there.
Right.
He's a doctor.
Yeah.
You know he's gonna. You know he's gonna save him.
I could tell that too because he didn't cut his jugular veins. He cut like right in the middle.
Yeah.
Like if he would have cut right here, he would have been dead no matter what.
Well, when fucking Morgan cut somebody's throat, that shit's deep.
Yeah.
Where this
You're
was
done.
like a shallow cut.
Well, it was glass, and it wasn't very long.
Yeah.
And there was no, just as clarification to you, Corey, since you didn't watch it, you don't have to wait till next season to find out if he's alive or not. There is a scene that addresses if he's alive or not, and we'll discuss that too.
I thought the showdown between Simon and Negan was really cool. That whole fight was pretty awesome. You knew what's going to happen because there's no way that Simon would beat him, but it was still a badass fight.
To go along with the Negan-Rick fight thing, I felt that obviously the fight had to happen, but he saved him in front of all the saviors as well.
Yeah.
Like, saving him in front of all the saviors is also showing all those saviors that,
They can come back.
they can come back. There is another way to do that. And I thought that was cool, too, that they did that in front of him. With all that said, the battle at the end of last season was way better than the battle at the end of this season. You had fucking...
The tiger.
Yeah.
Unleashed.
We don't have a tiger, like, Negan's fucking back and forth and
Rest
stuff.
in peace, Shiva.
Yeah, rest in peace, Shiva. Rest in peace, Ezekiel. He died.
Oh, yeah?
No.
You can fool me.
I know, I could.
Shouldn't he have already been dead, though?
No.
In the comics?
Did any other
No.
big character die?
No.
I was calling it. I was like, I think that Gabriel's going to die, and I think that Tara's going to die.
That's what I
We
thought.
all want Tara to die.
She is so annoying. So annoying. What do you think's going to happen to Dee? Where do you think Dee's going to go?
He's going to go try to find his
Wherever
wife.
their honeymoon was going to be.
Yeah.
He was there, right? That was that house?
Yeah.
That was their house.
I think he's going to make his way back to the Saviors eventually and end up, helping lead that place.
Carol still there?
Because that's what he did. Yeah.
Kara's still around.
Nobody died.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was pretty bummed out about that. I feel like we're used to characters.
Daryl really wanted to kill Dwight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
To put it in reference for you, Corey, this episode the battle had a very Gangs of New York feel, where you're going towards this big battle, and you finally get there, and then it doesn't really happen. Other than that oh shit moment with the guns backfiring, because it was like loud, it was big, it wasn't expected that, you know.
The Sabres were really caught off guard.
I think they all shot at the exact same time.
Well, he counted down.
Right.
Yeah, good thing for what's his name?
Who?
Guy who made the bullets.
Even if he didn't,
Eugene, sorry.
Even if he didn't, you figure that 50% of them would have fired in that first second, and if the rest of them didn't, what the fuck are they going to do? They don't have guns. They're just going to get mowed down by the
right. They have no way to defend themselves.
True that.
Makeshift a stick, like.
I was cracking up when Eugene threw up all over.
Oh yeah.
Well, he had to get back to the bullet mill, otherwise it wouldn't have happened.
He threw up all over somebody to get away. Yeah, because they captured him. They were going to bring him back. And then he threw up all over. He turns.
So she let him go.
He's sticking his fingers in his throat.
He was eating like garlic mac and cheese all day. And then they captured him and fucking...
Yeah, they went over him I used to make this when I was in college. I used to mix up this. He went like Dale Dribble.
Well, he has his chef on hand to make him delicious food.
Yeah. And yeah, he threw up all over. One of my takeaways from this in the last couple seasons, Lenny James, who plays Morgan, is probably the best actor
on that show.
On the whole show.
Absolutely.
I think so too.
He is really good on that show.
Well, he's he's a real actor. He's not like...
Well, they're all real
some of them,
actors.
They're all real actors, of course, but...
You mean he's been in bigger projects?
Yeah, that's more so what I mean. Well,
Jeffrey Dean Morgan's done his fair share of stuff.
Yeah.
That too, but most of the main characters, like Andrew Lincoln and Michonne, weren't really big actors.
She's a playwright. She acts all the time.
She's not an actress.
Yeah.
No, she's primarily not an actress.
Yeah.
She's written plays that are on Broadway, and she's a playwright first and an actress second. I read an interview with, or I listened to an interview with her, and all her playwright people are like, "When are you going to give up this acting thing?" And
really,
when are you going to quit this show?
She is a very. I've liked watching interviews with her because she is very outspoken and very articulate, and I like the way she talks.
Very intelligent.
Smart.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she's very positive.
Yes.
Always positive. And Okoye was one of the best parts about Black Panther.
Oh, yeah.
She's badass.
Some of the... I watched a couple previews for Infinity Wars, and some of the stuff she says is freaking hilarious.
Starbucks.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. No, but overall, I really liked the episode. You know what else is... So, you get the scene where Negan wakes up and he's got that thing over his neck, and they're talking to him about what's going to happen to him, and that there's a sign that things are going to change and people are going to be punished, and he's just going to rot in a cell. And you can almost see on his... I took this away from it. You can almost see on his face that you're almost like a smile, you know what? I deserve this. We can change type of thing. But, it's justified. And I don't know if he's going to be in the next season a lot. If he'll be a series regular, or if he'll just be somebody that comes in every once in a while, you know what I mean? Has cameos on the show.
If they can do the scene, and that's in the time jump, though. I like it when they come in down and he's trying to convince the people who found him that they captured him and he's there against his will. That was one of my favorite parts, when you see him in his cell.
Even more so than Rick, in the comics, Negan has the best story arc of almost any character in the whole book, from where he starts to where he is now. I lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
Story arcs.
Morgan's going to outdo him.
He's such a good actor.
He's not really going to go back to Game of Thrones now.
Lenny James is in Game of Thrones?
Who is in Game of Thrones?
Salvador San. Pirate Lord. So Davos Seaworth.
No.
You say you're my friend, but you grabbed me back,
Was that really him?
I feel like
I remember that. Yeah. Okay.
Really?
So when
That was a while ago.
Stannis wanted to invade,
he was trying to get all the pirates together to be his ship banners. Yeah.
When the Onion Knight convinces the Iron Banker Bravos to fund Stannis,
you're probably right.
He brings a stack of coins to Salvador
Doesn't mean
San.
he wouldn't do a short stint. It's not like they have a whole lot of episodes to work with anyways. You think they're going to bring back the pirates?
Probably not. But if he did, the Onion Knight called upon him, I assume in the show wise, he dropped off Stannis' troops in the north and then went back to
on
business.
his merry way.
But if the Onion Knight ever called him back, now this guy's too busy.
What year was that?
Season
3
2
years?
and season 4.
Oh, so
Probably.
yeah,
So
a long time ago.
respectively, probably
5 and 3 years ago.
I can't wait to see what happens with Euron.
2012 and 2014.
Whole nother.
Whole nother topic.
Issue.
But
Urine, it's bad.
He doesn't have any credits on.
This is Salador-san. Probably 3 episodes.
I'm looking through his whole IMDb profile, unless it's uncredited. I'm back to 2005, Corey.
Corey's wrong.
Am I wrong?
look it up. Look up who
Might
plays
be a
Salvador.
different person.
You-
Let's fact check
I can't
him.
remember. You've watched it way more recently than I have.
Why don't you look at the Game of Thrones cast?
Because it's way bigger than Lenny James's.
Well, why don't you just search? Is Lenny James in Game of Thrones?
We were watching the last season of Peaky Blinders, and there's a guy in it, and I'm like, I know that guy from something. I'm like,
No,
no.
it's not him.
There you go. Let me see. Do you have a picture of who it is?
Yeah. That's funny. I thought it was him.
I mean,
Eh,
I'm thinking back.
It's okay. There's this crazy homeless guy that looks exactly like Morgan when he was
Crazy?
Yeah,
When he
literally.
Like he
Clear.
is now?
Yeah, but like he looks exactly like him, and he is just absolutely off his rocker bonkers. Like
Well, that would define Morgan right now.
Yeah.
I wish that you guys could see who I'm talking about.
That's
because
okay.
it's
I'm
like-
all right not knowing.
But we were watching Peaky Blinders, and it was really bothering me who this guy was. And it was the King of Dorne. Dorne? Is that the sand place?
Yes.
Yeah.
The guy that was in the wheelchair?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in it.
He was an artist. He was a
He's
painter.
an artist, and maybe it's because he looked super tall in the
And
Peaky
skinny.
Blinders and
Yeah.
skinny, and then the other one he was like all dressed in like
Lavish robes.
yeah.
Had some bulk to him.
Dorian Martell.
My biggest beef with the episode.
Last scene.
The last scene with Maggie,
Oh, I know.
and she's like, "We have to beef up our
Overlord.
defenses. We have to." Basically, Maggie's going to go after
She's going
Negan,
dark.
whether she has to go through Rick or not.
Yeah, that sucks.
Which is fine. That's fine. The bullshit is Jesus is there, and Jesus has spent this whole season saying, "You don't need to kill. You don't need to kill. You don't need to kill." And then the last scene goes completely against everything that he's said the entire season.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not
stupid.
buying it. I'm thinking he's in
Double
the
agent?
double
He's gonna go
agent
tell
and
Rick?
go out and tell Rick what's going on. Hey, so you know this is happening. I'm going to play along so I can give you information
Yeah.
and let you know what's happening and where it's going to go down so you can stop it.
I hope that's what happens.
Well, I mean, but since there was a multi-year time jump in the book from the end of this
We
storyline
have
to where they
no
were
idea
now,
what's gonna
this is
happen.
all uncharted waters.
Ugh.
They can... I'd be curious to go back and see if when the show started, because the show started before the time jump. So I wonder if they did that on purpose. They're like, we're going to do this time jump, so now we can do whatever we want from here to here
Right. Fill in the gap.
and to fill in the gap. Although there was a huge herd, which makes you think it's a reference towards the Whisperers.
Yeah, that would be cool though.
But,
People be dying.
yeah, got dying.
Got dying.
God damn.
No, but it's a good episode. Like, I really don't have a lot of complaints. It did seem a little short.
Well, they usually do a longer episode for finales.
Yeah.
But there was really no cliffhanger except for Maggie kind of going rogue.
Yeah. And then the thing is like, you go online and nobody ever says anything nice anymore. It's just all
Negative.
bitch,
all
Bitch,
negative
bitch,
reviews.
bitch. Well, you can't make anybody happy anymore. No one needs to be happy. Everybody's got to complain about something.
But it's so
Tiring, exhausting.
loud that people have to just bombard with just the worst garbage. It's like, come on.
You're a horrible person. I hate you because you put out this wonderful show that I like to watch, but I'm going to hate it too.
I don't even go online.
You can't.
You can't. That's right.
You do everything on your phone now?
Even like Game of Thrones came on. I don't go to see what people want to say about it. Fuck them. Fuck them up, their stupid asses. That's my motto.
Is it?
Yeah. I'm gonna get tattooed.
It's probably wrong.
I'm gonna get tattooed on my lower back.
So what were you
I
seeing
might
that
be in
people complain
trouble.
about?
What?
What were you seeing that people complain about?
Everything. I mean, they could anything that I liked. I'm sure somebody could find a reason to complain about it.
I'm sure.
Rick's a Nazi.
No, not really.
I
You
like
can
this
tell
chocolate.
already.
It's not chocolatey enough.
I kind of felt bad for Dwight a little bit.
Yeah.
Why? Having the A bag on him?
Well, they beat the shit out of him, and Negan knew, like, he set him up. he let Dwight set up Simon, and then that whole time he was setting up Dwight because he knew that girl, whatever her name is,
See, I think he obviously knew about Dwight. I don't think he knew about Simon until he talked to whatever her name is,
Jadis.
And and I thought that was actually a cool interaction between Morgan and her.
Yeah. I wonder what's going to go down with that, if she actually is going to go back to...
I think so. She has nobody. She's by herself.
Yeah, she's sitting there reading a book.
Painting. Yeah. Wearing her normal farming clothes. Like, she was ready to go to work. So I think that was a good thing for her. She got to put her past behind her and the trash people behind her and move on.
Yeah.
You know, I thought that she was going to die at some point because I remember... I think Nicotaro posted a picture on Instagram of like a fake Jadis that was like chopped off, and I'm like, oh my god, why would they make
spoiler?
That? Yeah, and I'm just like, what?
Trying to throw you off.
That's messed up.
Does that for fun? You gotta figure it.
They can't do that. It's messed up. Did you just shit yourself?
No, I wish. I wish. The end of The Walking Dead blended right into
Fear
the Walking Dead, because like he goes to her and she goes back and he stays there. The beginning of Fear the Walking Dead, who's the first person to come?
There was Carol. Rick was the last one.
Yeah, Rick was the last one. Oh, it's Jesus.
Okay, yeah.
So Jesus comes and tries
knocks
to,
on the door.
and, tells him he wants to continue this relationship with him, kind of talking to him and stuff.
Yeah.
And he leaves. And Carol comes and says, you helped me come back. I want to help you come back, and blah, blah, blah.
Basically so the Hilltop came, the Kingdom came, and Alexandria came for him.
And after Rick came and had a long conversation with him, that's when he left.
Because he realized they were just going to keep coming.
And he gets to like the edge of town, and there's like almost like a montage of him like waiting in that spot. And then he just ends up running. And then he ends up in Texas. And that's where you meet some like new characters that are kind of cool.
I like the gunslinger.
Yeah, there's like a legitimate he's like a Texas. He's got the like little cowboy hat, and he's got the 6-shooter.
So is there anything in Fear the Walking Dead that's based off of the comics at all?
No.
No. Okay, I didn't think
completely.
The UFOs.
Yeah, the UFOs.
I never run over was that helicopter that flew into the trash lair.
Yeah. Where the hell is that?
And then flew off. Remember?
Yeah.
Not to go backwards.
Maybe we'll find out.
Maybe that was the helicopter that shot Travis down.
No, because that's from Texas to Virginia. They're not.
Hey, it's a helicopter.
Yeah, but I don't. To fly from Texas to Virginia, how much gas would you have to have in a helicopter? It's not a plane that's moving 400 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
But no, he ends up in Texas, and that premiere episode of that was really, really good. You get more Morgan, you get some interesting new characters. Dude gets bit by a rattlesnake.
Oh no!
You see traps. That was interesting. That they had the trap with the tent to lure somebody.
Yeah. And
then they had the trap with Alicia faking to be all dehydrated and crawling. That was new to me. So maybe that was like where they're going through in that world is they're starting to trap people into scenarios to steal their shit, basically.
But I know you were saying something before we started the podcast. There is like a time situation because like The Walking Dead, by the time Fear the Walking Dead started, Fear started before the outbreak happened. Mm-hmm. And now, I mean, you don't really know how much time's gone by, but it seems like they shouldn't meet up right at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I guess we obviously have a 5-episode gap on Fear that we really don't know what happens and the kind of timeline. Because a lot of shit goes down between where we stopped and where we picked up for the end of the season.
What was really cool is in Fear, there was a stadium where you had to buy entrance in, and it was like in Fallout,
Commonwealth,
in the I guess it'd be Fenway Park. I'm assuming that's what it would have been, right?
Yeah.
Because it was in Boston.
I'm trying to think of the name of what they call it.
I can't remember, but it was like that. Like there was like trading and stuff in there, and it was like a stadium.
Little city.
It was pretty neat because you don't see anything. You don't see big groups of people in.
There's prostitutes. There's all kinds of stuff. It was weird.
There's people trading water and lots of different stuff. So it was pretty cool to see that because that's something that The Walking Dead hasn't dove into.
Yeah.
I'm
commerce
sure.
and trade.
I'm sure it will now that you're gonna have multiple communities that are in the same
Diamond City.
Diamond City.
Forgot.
That should have been easy.
Yeah.
Bother you.
But no, that was a good episode too. So overall, last night it was a nice 2 hours of enjoyable dead action.
How old is Judith?
How
How does she look?
2,
Yeah.
roughly. Why?
Just trying, you age the show based on. So
Maybe 2 or 3.
so an outbreak happens. She got pregnant. Well, we don't know whether it's when she got or what's name got pregnant.
Well,
Well, it was
she went
Shane.
It's Shane's kid.
So
right.
It's 100%, or she.
No,
is-
it's
Rick even
Shane's
says he
kid.
knows it's not his.
Yeah.
Okay. So
And she carried it full term.
so basically, almost from day 1 outbreak, say day 14, 25, whatever, she got pregnant. I don't know when Rick woke up. A month after.
Well, I'm assuming that he went into a coma and she slept with Shane the next day.
Okay.
No,
So
I'm just
she's at day 0. So
it's her fault the outbreak happened.
Judging by Judith's age, you know how long it's been.
Yeah, I guess
in
that's
one
true.
show compared to another. I mean,
I got a little teary-eyed when
When everything happens ever.
when when Rick
Cried in Ready Player One.
Well, so Ready Player One. So the thing that made me sad is when you've seen it already, right?
Yeah.
So the thing that made me sad was when.
That's how our society is going.
Well, yeah.
No, he's going to be talking about when the guy at the very end is in there.
Yeah, when oh my God, why can't I think of his name? Starts with H.
there's a character in there called H.
Not
H.
H.
Not the chick.
The guy that made everything.
Gygax.
No, the guy that created the entire
Oasis.
Oasis. Why the fuck?
Halliday.
Halliday. I was gonna say Holiday. Halliday. When he's walking away and he's asking him about like, because he knows he's dead,
He's crying.
and he's like, well, thanks for playing my game,
He's like-
and he calls his younger self to come and just like go away. It just seems so sad to me
You
that
dead? I don't know. Are you alive? I don't think so.
that really bummed me out, and he was just kind of like,
Thanks for playing.
my game. See you later.
My life's over.
It just seems so sad because he's dead. Like I don't know. It's a weird.
And that made you cry?
Well, it's a
It made me tear up a little bit. Yeah.
It's a parallel into how we interact as a society now. Are we really alive if you're living inside?
I thought he was going to take him on in a golden Wonka beta, to be honest.
That would have been cool.
Wouldn't it have been?
Yeah, that actually would have been
the
cool.
final thing flying over?
It's
You've done it. You've unlocked everything.
Have you ever been in an Inclinator?
I'm not inclined to say.
That was...
Awful.
we're out. No, at the...
An escalator, maybe.
No, an Inclinator is at like the...
Luxor.
The Luxor. Because it can't go up.
In the pyramid.
So it inclines. It's
no.
weird. I don't like it.
No.
And I get like vertigo when I'm there because when you're there staring there, all the rooms go like this, so when you're walking to your room, you can see straight down to the middle of the pyramid.
So much so that we had a room in a tower, and Robert was very disappointed
Because I wanted to stay in the goddamn pyramid.
He wanted to stay in the pyramid. So we get the room changed to inside the pyramid.
And then I didn't like
And then
it.
he didn't like it.
Also, if you try to walk to look out your window, you're going to hit your head because it's obviously
It's
closer
slanted.
to you than it is at the
Yeah.
bottom.
Isn't it sinking anyway?
The Luxor? No, it's the not the Cosmopolitan. It's a few down.
Aria?
No, it is
That-
the Aria.
Is it the one that's the blind spot that goes into the pool? and
Yeah,
blinds
yeah.
everybody?
That was like frying people because the way the glass has been, it hit the pool. No, they built it on the wrong PSI concrete or something, and the hotel's going to eventually have to be taken down.
Oops.
Yeah, yeah. Oh.
Oh well, let's
Oopsie-daisy.
build another one.
No,
Make it bigger.
both episodes good. I have a situation that happened today.
a situation.
No shit.
Situation.
As a man or as a male, I guess it could be a male of any age.
Okay.
I have been alive for almost 34 years, and I have yet to have this happen to me. But it happened today, and we're gonna get real personal on here.
All
It
right.
tastes-
Are we? Before I get to that, are we done talking Walking Dead? Is there any things you wanted to touch base on? Maybe Maggie screaming Glenn's name.
That was rough to watch.
Yeah. Once they weren't, they knew they were going to save Rick. They were like, she's screaming like he deserves to die. He killed Glenn. He killed Glenn.
And Michonne's holding her down, basically.
Nobody cared about Abraham?
You saw the look on Rosita's face, like she was upset,
Disappointed.
but she wasn't gonna freak out.
What did Negan was talking about something, and he said that whole eeny, meeny, miny, mo was bullshit.
Yeah.
He already knew
He already
was gonna
decided
kill.
who he was going to kill.
Yeah, that's
Because he didn't want to kill a father in front of his son.
That's what it was. I knew he said something.
And he said he
like
should have.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Carl might still be alive.
that. Yeah, that's fucked up.
I just think it's all Negan realizing he could have done things a different way. Because he did things the way he thought would be the right way.
Yeah.
He's really not that bad of a guy. I mean,
No.
What?
He just beats people.
They're
to
not
death.
very different from each other.
No,
and
Rick's
that's the
killed
point.
way more people.
Yeah.
Rick's
Didn't like killing people. They were resources. They worked for him. He wanted to keep them alive.
Rick's
That's
solution when somebody was against him was to kill everybody.
Yes.
I seen Negan throw a doctor into a furnace.
Single person.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
He didn't
I'm
wipe
saying-
out the whole people in the hospital ward. He wiped out one person.
Not among regular people. I'm saying people in this world. Rick has killed way more people.
Well, you don't know that for sure. Because we don't know anything leading from day 0 to day when they met Negan.
He's killed a lot of people. And
He bit a dude's throat out. Obviously, he was under capture then. He killed a bunch of people in their sleep.
the bar situation.
The bar situation was one of the best
There's
scenes.
only
on the
him-
He
show.
macheted that Mexican dude in the dome, in the prison.
There's only a handful of times when the people weren't being aggressive. And a lot of that was they preemptively killed people before they got aggressive.
Like
They
you
preemptively
honestly,
killed him.
Well, because as soon as they wake up, they're going to be...
when Negan finds out what happened to the trash people, he is genuinely furious.
Yeah.
And knowing that technically that was the second time that Simon had done something like that, because
And
I thought
wiped
that
out
was
people.
super interesting to know that it was Simon that killed the Oceanside's men and children. That's fucked up. That's like, holy shit. The whole time I thought that was Negan.
That creates a seed of hate and
Who's mad at trash people being killed? Those gutter rats.
It's
The woman
the
who ran the
principle.
trash people.
Fuck them.
Well, and it's the principle of he told him not
to do that,
and he did it anyways, and he killed all of them.
except for her.
But the trash people.
It doesn't matter.
But
It's
he-
the
People are people.
entire
Right.
colony.
Not
They,
the trash
they were
people.
part of the army that he had because they
Yeah.
had
They
weapons.
belong in a trash concentration camp.
And for the record, since you didn't get this far, they dropped that stupid language thing that they had, where they're
Yeah.
like, "We do deal good."
They dropped it like the show or like the characters.
The
like,
character
so
dropped
like,
it. She
hey,
did.
We'd never really like this. We're totally cool.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like in this episode.
She has this little apartment in like a trailer, and it's like an apartment you'd walk into.
No trash?
No trash.
trash.
Super clean.
No
Super
trash.
clean,
Her name
white.
is actually Anne, by the way.
She has a trunk. She has like a little suitcase thing with all her clothes and stuff in it. Like it was really interesting.
Her name is Egg?
Anne.
Eggs. Oh, you've never
He's
seen that,
never
huh?
seen that.
No.
The box trolls. They're all their names are based off of what the box their
Is
Ah, that's
stuff
cute.
came in. So there's like eggs. There's
Fish.
oil. There's fish.
In Arrested Development,
I heard
Michael
there's going to be an
Cera's-
Arrested Development reference in Infinity War.
Who are they?
Yeah.
I was like, Michael's girlfriend name was Anne, and everybody confused her name with Egg. Like, why do you go out with your little friend Egg? Anne? Who?
I need to finish that one day.
It's a good show. Netflix.
So today, I was peeing.
Okay.
Believe it.
Okay. I'm just curious if you've ever had this happen. And I was in a rush. There was no leakage or anything like that. We're not going that route.
Toilet seat was down?
Did you sneeze?
No. I'm trying to get the situation back into my boxer briefs, and I snapped my elastic band on my dick.
I wear briefs, so yes, that's happened to me.
Your boxer briefs, right?
Yeah.
Briefs are like tighty whities.
Oh, no, I wear
boxer briefs have
boxer
blazing.
briefs.
Yeah,
Boxer
that's what I
briefs.
wear.
And I actually look for longer boxer briefs because I wear tight pants, so it's more comfy.
And that boxer briefs they give you the support and they don't bunch up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's everything. It's the best of both worlds. Mm-hmm. But it snapped on me. Have you ever had that happen?
You had a urinal?
I was right here. One of the boys was yelling at me from the other room that I
Because
needed.
they always wait until
Yeah.
you go into the fucking bathroom to ask for something.
Yeah, as a parent, they don't need anything until you need to use the bathroom.
And you pulled down all your trousers?
I pee how you
He doesn't
normally
have a
pee.
fly.
I'm not an old man that puts my fucking pants around my ankles.
That's weird. Have you ever seen that?
Yes.
Or like you go in there and somebody pulls their pants all the way and you're just like, all right, that's ass. All right.
I don't understand if you came out through the holes.
He doesn't have
I don't
a
have
hole.
holes. I don't want.
He doesn't do flies.
I don't do flies.
I full
You
on.
pull yours through the hole?
That's dangerous. That's
You
fucking
fly for a
dangerous.
reason. How do you do
Do
that?
you pull yours through the hole?
Wait, so,
No, I unbutton zip and then pull everything down.
so at a
Like,
urinal, this is
Wait.
what you do?
Yes. I thought this is the sit
I
stand
don't
thing.
That's why underwear have flies. Like,
I don't get
He
underwear with
doesn't-
flies because the snake can get out of the fly, and then you're rubbing on your zipper. Why would
I
anybody
think
ever have a
overlaps
fly?
like pretty hardcore. It's like at least like
Mine has a mind of its own.
2-3 inch overlap. And if you got like underwear that had no overlap, it could wiggle out.
Well, boxers have that. They don't have a lot of overlap.
Yeah, but like when you got tight
I've never
jeans-
met any. I don't know anybody that pulls it out.
You do now.
I've
So
never-
what's funny is because you don't want to look at anybody at a urinal, but you're telling me that people flop up and over.
Yeah,
That's what I just assumed everybody sees the same way.
I flop. I
flop over.
I unbutton, zip, and then I flop over my boxers.
That's what I do.
That's interesting. You go through double hole and then you tuck it back in.
I feel like that's like a
I feel like there's a
maze,
two-handed
dude.
motion. You're gonna reach in and pull it out.
It's very simple. Like fly, reach, grab, flick,
Oh,
flick it
that's-
on, flick it
This
on.
is weird.
I couldn't do that. I'm too afraid of my zipper, dude.
And it doesn't seem like when I walk in that people are doing the whole because it seems like you have to have.
You've had sex like that, haven't you? Where you just pull it
Oh,
out of the
that's
hole.
weird.
You
No, that's-
weird son of a bitch.
That's a Chappelle show. They're like, well, that's how white people have sex. They go,
I've never seen that.
okay, that's
That's crazy.
Weird.
so. I don't see many people
Not-
with the because one hand has to be holding it down to keep the tension.
No, you use the thumb. It's just
Yeah,
like
it's not
this,
hard.
and then you pee.
And then I don't see how that hasn't happened.
Your motion is more where you're like, let me.
I don't see how that hasn't happened to you before. Then
So do you reach through all 3 holes to pull it out? Because like you got to go through like.
and so once the fly's down, that's out of the way, and then you just grab it, and pull it. You grab it, you pull it, twist it, pop it,
So do you wear boxers or briefs?
briefs.
Briefs.
So you're boxer briefs.
So
So you wear
there's
tidy
like
whities.
that.
No, boxer
Little-
briefs.
Okay.
There's like those 2 flaps that you got to go through, and then through. your
Maybe
zipper.
after years of practice, it ain't nothing. It's like undoing a bra with one hand if you're a chick. Bam,
Ah,
you know.
Fair enough. Well,
Whatever.
I'm a dude. I can do it with one hand too.
Can you? It don't take a long time.
Oh, dude. Bam.
Okay, you know, it takes time, but this is just bam, bam. I mean, if you see me at a urinal, it takes a quarter second.
Now I got to
Ain't
think
nothing.
about you standing when you're taking a shit, and now you're doing that. Like, this is gonna be weird living together.
Oh.
I didn't know there were uppers and overs. See, to me, that almost equates to the same thing as basically pulling down your pants,
There's like.
which is like reminds me of like what
There's
a kid
no
does.
ass.
So
yeah, there's no ass.
you
dude.
you can buy brief like. Did you buy women underwear?
No, I wear
No.
boxer briefs with no.
They make underwear with no flies.
So
It's
obviously,
not like
if they
a very
make it,
special like slot because like the majority of everything is like holes.
it's about. I thought it was like 50-50. I've never had a problem finding
I've
underwear.
never accidentally bought underwear without a fly.
I've never had them without a fly either. My boxers have a fly, but like there's actually this like secret compartment that goes all the way down. I used to stash my weed in there.
They do.
God.
I think if
Yeah.
you have like a monster dong, like you can go halfway out, like it has one flap, and then
Yeah,
It goes all the way
I
to
just,
the
found the,
anus.
I just found the name of this episode.
yeah,
Monster
so
Dog.
it goes all the way to the anus. You'll be fucking yourself in the ass in no time.
Yeah, dude. When I would go to concerts, I would use that flap to hide my stuff in.
We're having a shih tzu moment.
So your underwear is not made like that. It is made like women's underwear.
It's not women's underwear.
I can tell you this, Corey. I wear some.
There are
pretty,
crotchless women's underwear,
I wear some pretty.
which you can consider a fly.
I don't mean to sound this to be a weird way, but I wear some pretty high end underwear. My underwear aren't cheap,
They're not.
and they don't have a fly.
That's so weird.
They're way more expensive.
And
than
the same
mine.
thing like MeUndies, which is like I'm not going to advertise them on here because
I've
we're
heard
not
them
paid.
advertised before.
They're
Yeah.
called MeUndies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're called MeUndies. They are the nicest, highest quality, like really good material. They don't have a fly. I mean, and those things have like boxer briefs are tight and stuff. These all have a pouch for your balls and your dick. So it holds that, and then everything else is tight. So you're like free to move around there, but everything's packaged well everywhere else, and they last forever.
But the elastic is too strong.
I wasn't wearing those today,
So
but I have gained a few pounds since I wore my
you did
MeUndies last
full
time.
elastic.
I was squeezing.
Like how far from your body was your thumb? Holding
Not
it?
that far. It didn't hurt. It was startling.
It wasn't like premature, like let go, so it didn't like smack piss all up in your face.
Have you guys ever coughed or sneezed while taking a piss?
Yeah.
It is awful.
It happens.
It's like going from like a regular hose to like one of those pressure washers. Yeah, it's awful.
Have you ever had to stop midstream?
Oh yeah.
Horrible.
Oh yeah. Or
The
like
worst feeling ever.
you're already committed to the stream and then like the toilet seat falls down. It makes you like, oh shit. for a second? Has that ever happened to you guys?
Wait, what?
Falling down.
Where like
That'd be startling.
Is there an earthquake during your visit to the bathroom?
I think it's the sound of the seat hitting the fucking and it always makes me like, oh
Startles you?
shit. I have to pee everywhere. I don't know.
A lot of toilet seats I've dealt with lately are the slow lower. There's a word for it, I'm sure. What is it? We sell them.
Soft.
Those are the
It's ones
best.
you can't slam.
Because I would fucking slam toilet seats all day long. But now you have to worry about it. Plop.
No.
Plop. So not only are you guys gonna have a badass living room, you're gonna have a soft closed toilet seat.
Thank God.
Probably. Piss all over the seat. Who cares?
Yeah, that's a weird thing because we discussed the sitting and hovering thing, but I never knew there was.
Yeah. A flyboy. You're a
Well, obviously they're both the correct way because if they make underwear both ways, then
I guess so.
Yeah, that's funny too because every pair of like pajamas I've ever had have had like a button there, and I'm like, I just wish there wasn't a button, and it was just
Solid.
Yeah,
just
you always get
solid.
pajama. They always got that.
Just get yourself
I
some
think
lady
that might be-
pajamas.
Asshole too.
And a large size.
I guess I could do that.
I think that might just be the old school mentality.
Maybe you buy underwear for guys who sit down and pee. You
I
thought about
do
that?
sit down and pee. That might be
It's
the thing.
the new thing. It's equal among everybody. So the toilet seat's always down.
That's why you see women using urinals.
It's equal and fair.
Yeah, you put both in, and you can just choose how you want to go.
I've always thought about like
Yeah,
the urinals are the perfect shape to take a shit in because
I was just gonna say something like that. When I was in high school, my senior year, my buddy had me watch the door while he took a shit in the urinal.
You just didn't watch it though. You watched the shit.
Yeah, I go straight into it. I looked into the brown eye. Thinking about it as an adult, somebody had to clean that up, and that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Since
is
you clean
fucked up.
bathrooms at school.
Did he go to a
Yeah.
stall to wipe?
I don't know.
Like it kind of defeated the point.
He just flushed it and let it run down his crack.
It's like a half bidet.
Yeah. Apparently, our show's only funny if we're talking about,
Poop.
pee-pee and poo-poo.
We saw another bidet the
relatable.
other day. I explained to Ron how a bidet works, and his mind was blown.
I almost accidentally used a bidet once. And
It's supposed to be way better for you.
It feels good too.
I was using this bathroom and the toilet seat was super comfy, and I just see this little control panel right here, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I'm like, this is gonna like take off. I couldn't figure out how to flush the toilet. There's all these buttons, and I'm like, I don't know which one
Don't touch
flushes.
the brown button.
I had to text my friend who it was their wedding, and it was like the after party and stuff like that. This big ass house, and I was like, which button do I press? He goes, what do you mean? You press the flush button? And I'm like, none of those say flush. Like I don't know.
Was
what
it the flush one in the regular spot, and those were all like...
Well, so what happened was there was like tissues on the top, which were covering a button
The button.
that you
Nice.
pressed right, so I couldn't see it, and I
You
ended up
assumed you had to choose from the panel.
and I almost pressed this one button that I thought it was,
So
and then he started laughing. He's like, "Oh my god, you're so glad you didn't do that because that's the bidet," and I'm like, "Oh, I just avoided a fucking Poseidon kiss right there."
What else
But
besides bidet is it controlling? The humidity?
Well, no, it'll control temperature and stuff, so you don't have to
Yeah,
have
it was
cold
it
water
was
on your ass.
and it was a heated seat.
I've
too.
never used one, but we're like the only, like all European countries and shit use that, and they probably have way less hemorrhoids and fucking anus problems as we do.
Probably.
It's starting to become more popular
What?
here in higher end communities
What?
because it's way better for your beehole than it is for.
More popular here in the Middle Eastern community.
Is it?
That I found out from delivering to apartment complexes that.
Well, it might
Because-
just be because over there they don't have this this negative.
But they're like in the desert. It's like, why do they have extra water to fucking shoot up their assholes?
I know Asian countries use those too. I believe
Excuse my French. I should say shoot up their buttholes.
it's not shooting up; it's like rinsing off.
Well, I mean, it goes where it
But
goes.
what if it gets your balls? Like you don't want that going.
It's
on.
probably cleaner than fucking getting anything else close to there. Like I said, I've never used one. I'm just saying that it's
you
probably
just
more
use-
sanitary than wiping it with like dry paper.
So is it
Use the ball dryer.
is
Not hard.
the water like temperature controlled? 'Cause
That's
if it's
that one.
cold-
Probably
that's what I'm
that
saying.
one.
They-
Probably
yeah.
had a control panel.
Probably
There
hot
was a
water
bunch
temperature.
of buttons on there. I didn't even want to mess with it.
You'd probably have way less problems if you fucking.
It's probably
Yeah.
it pulsates and to whatever mood you're in.
It vibrates the
It
shit
goes
off
to
your
the
butt.
music, dun, 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 dun. You feel the music inside you.
Oh my god.
It's a light show.
Oh my god!
Well, you won't want to get off that toilet.
It was heated. It was kind of. It was.
See?
interesting.
Luxury.
Well, see, my thing is, I don't mind when the toilet seat is cold. Like, I almost, like, I've always said, like, if I'm rich like to where I just have ungodly amounts of money, I want to have a solid gold toilet seat because it's always going to be cold. Is that weird? That's probably weird.
Like you want a
know.
cold toilet seat?
Yeah, it kind of wakes you up a little bit, you know?
I think it'd be
Get
practical. It'd be gold colored.
No, it'd be like straight gold.
That's right.
Like that's like a $25,000 toilet seat.
Somebody's gonna steal your fucking shitter.
I didn't think about this. It says 5 reasons a bidet is a better choice for your bathroom needs. Better personal hygiene and cleaning, because it is better for you.
Yeah, because who wants to wipe?
Greatly reduce the impact
But
you have
can
on the
you-
environment.
Can you stand a bidet?
See, that'd be the situation. Maybe there'd be like some sort of hose I could pull off and like
It's not a shower.
You have them home.
save money, better skincare, more comfortable to use, reduce plumbing problems. I didn't even think about that kind of it. I just knew that it was better. It was more hygienic than rubbing dry paper on your butthole.
You wet paper on your butthole.
You'd have wipes, but I mean, I know that a lot more people are using those now too.
Baby wipes are lifesavers.
Well, no, toilet wipes.
Oh, well.
There's a difference. There's one you can't flush. Well, you're not
I think what you got to
flush.
do is use the paper to wipe off the bulk, and then like
You'll
the
find-
wipes, the moist wipes, to clean
finish it
off the
Leftovers?
leftovers. That'll be enough shit talk. I don't know what we're doing next week. Next week's episode, maybe we'll play a game. We haven't played a game in quite a while.
We're gonna watch Super Troopers.
Oh yeah, we're supposed to watch it on Friday, but fucking the guy that invited us is just like, oh, so which means I'm gonna have to fucking take over the shit and say this is when we're gonna see it.
I thought you were putting your foot down and you weren't going to do that.
Or everybody goes without them.
I
Yeah.
have to work on 420, so I can't go.
Okay. Well, Eric invited. I don't want to get into details on here because nobody cares. But we are probably gonna go see Super Troopers on Friday. It's at Mission Valley at 7:00.
It's been 16 years or something. Is that
Has
right?
it?
I
No.
thought I read. I mean, I could look up.
Friday.
No, you
Seven-
know what? It probably has.
Friday at 7 o'clock in Mission Valley, yeah.
Okay.
We're going to Fashion Valley.
Okay. Well, let's just do that, and we'll go to Yard House beforehand. Sound good?
So I got to tell you
Dude's
guys about
date.
my last
2001.
movie theater experience. So
Okay.
me and my girlfriend went to go see A Quiet Place. No spoilers, don't worry. And that movie, the majority of the movie is quiet, right? They transition. One thing I really liked is how they did the audio. The youngest.
I really don't want to know anything.
So you
'Cause I've
are
been looking for this movie for a long time.
So you told me one thing, right? They actually cast a deaf girl.
Yeah.
Right. So the way they did the audio, they transitioned between her hearing, okay, which is
I like how you
just-
told him that you didn't want to know anything about it, and he still
that told
continued
me
to talk.
something.
That's not a spoiler. Audio is
Yeah, but I said I don't want to know anything.
All right. Well, anyway, so the movie's quiet, right? It's in the name, A Quiet Place. So my girlfriend is like horribly sick right now, and it's dead silent, and all the dead silent parts, she's just like, just having like cough
Hacking.
attacks and hacking freaking fat loogies. And I'm just like, oh my god, everybody totally knows. And she felt so bad, but she kept like putting her jacket over her face because she's like trying not to cough. But when you try not to cough, you cough even more.
Yeah.
That
And-
attracts monsters.
Yeah. And during like the loud parts when stuff's going on,
She'd let it fly.
And no, she was perfectly fine. But when it would be like
Well, it's
dead
because she
silent,
needed to be quiet during the quiet parts, and that's when your body's going to be like, okay, we need to turn this stuff on.
Yeah, I felt so bad, but I'm glad nobody said anything, because if someone says something, I got to say something. And
Yeah.
I'm glad that didn't happen. But she genuinely felt bad. But she's like, maybe that wasn't the best movie to see when I'm really sick. But
Probably not.
yeah, super worth it.
Yeah, so I don't know what we're going to be doing next week, but we'll be back on here talking about
Something.
something. We do have some big stuff in the works. I can't talk about it quite yet, but you guys do need to kind of stay tuned. We're going to have some big things coming
Big
through
things.
Corey's brief hole.
Did you want to give out the comic?
Oh, yeah, we do. We have a signed copy of The Walking Dead that we can give out. So, you know what? Just go to iTunes, leave us a review, tell us what you think about the show, and
What was it, issue 177?
yeah, it's issue 177. Yeah, just write us a review on iTunes, and we'll just
In a few weeks.
in a
Pick
few
one?
in a couple weeks we'll pick one out. Just say what you liked about this episode of our podcast and what you liked about the season finale of The Walking Dead on the review, and we'll give one out. I gotta give a shout out to Alan Feller and Gabby Sanchez. They are the latest two people to donate to our Patreon. So thank you guys for that. We really appreciate it. You will be getting all people who donate $5 to Patreon get a bonus episode. So those will start coming soon. You'll get one extra episode a month. We don't charge for these episodes, which we shouldn't, but if you do want a bonus one, there you go, $5 Patreon, and hit us up on iTunes with a review. So that's it for this week, right?
Yep.
All right, we're out.